Alright, we're at Repticon for 2021. It's a lot bigger than last year. So let's get in here and see what it's like. Alright, let's get a look at this place. A little bigger radius. May not exactly be bigger, but we'll just dive into this.
I already brought one. They already brought one. Now we gotta get another one.
Some pretty colors. You see they got tons of dragons. Those looking ones. Is that, I guess, closer to mine? Pretty. Oh, look at him. He is beautiful. I'm already seeing the frogs on the other side. Anxious to get there.
Good morning, Repticon. Just a quick note to our guests who are purchasing reptiles. We do ask that you not exit through.
They're pretty cool.
They are.
These guys were here. These guys were $40.
$30.
Crocodile gecko.
Should have brought my
Nice.
wallet.
Nice chat, man. Thank you.
Could have bought some of the $25 stuff.
He is beautiful. I love that. I'm not much for the Crested Geckos, but I know a lot of people are, and they've got a bunch of different morphs. Pretty crazy.
Look how many there are. Yeah. There's so many. Well, we can't touch it. We're just looking, okay? Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah.
Glare on that light.
I know.
Alright, so an interesting chat about the barking tree frogs. They're most likely in the US. There's no profit in that. Everybody, there's just no profit. So I may keep doing the release process I'm doing, but may not look into the actual selling, and I may step down. What I'm doing is investing in all of this. So we walked around to the other side. There's some big ass spiders. Can you see that? Without the glare? There you go. There's another one right here. I don't get the glare at all. Like, hey, it's crazy. Yeah, look at that. This thing is huge.
Can I add tax? Just so you know.
There's the belly of one of these. Can I get the glare off?
It's gonna end up actually down to 479. You already set them up in the bed.
And then we can put them.
They were heavy consumption.
And then we can put them boxes. And then we can put that one with butter.
Would you like a text or an email receipt? I don't have it.
Email. This one's gonna go butter on the boat the exact same way. Right now.
Excuse me?
Yes.
What's the morph and sex on this thing?
One second.
I don't want to know why, because if it's that he's floating over and husking, I'm not going to give them money. Oh, that's like the one when you were in your bathroom the other day.
Remember the morph on this? Super pastel what? Calico? No. All the celebrities during all the horror movies go there and
I would dig it, definitely.
Male and female Roswells.
What is this one?
the Roswells are $225 a piece.
Across the board?
Yes. Yeah.
Different terms.
Better than last time, Hunter? Better than last time?
Shit. It's just as bright as that looks.
Look at these turtles!
And there's a lot of y'all that like these. Ring reptiles?
Yeah.
Look at the colors on that.
He's almost going into blue there, huh?
Yeah, really shed.
Beautiful snakes, man.
Thank you very much.
I'm constantly thinking about it.
Yeah, but they got to promote it.
Of course you would.
Hand fit on top of
Marcus
it.
Morphs.
Put water in it. And that way, you know, it evaporates and helps keep the humidity up some. Right? And put a fish bubbler in there, and it really did it.
I was wondering if, like, you just got one of those regular humidifiers that you can buy.
Yeah.
Like, at CVS.
Words of reptile. Reptile propagation. Words of reptile propagation. Okay. Maybe these are good. See them eating?
Yeah.
You want to see them eating?
Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
though.
Like 5 seconds. Okay.
Alright, so looking at these, a lot of yellow. A lot of bright yellow. Look at that thing. Jeez. Probably should put y'all above the light. Not as much glare. I don't know. Cinnamon fire. I like the patterns, but I don't like the coloration. Personally, I'm not saying anything against it. There are a lot of amazing snakes.
Where are you guys at?
Amazing.
Wonder if you have any questions.
Just looking. Look at that. Zebra bee. Those are really good looking. There you go. Perfect. Very active. Very active. Here we go. Little guys. I didn't even recognize them, they're so small. This one on. Too bad. Tuck Exotics. Good looking snakes. See that? This one's got hearts on it. Is this what Christy would say? Alright, we'll speed this up. Rubber water pop. Man, it's a beautiful lizard. Much bigger. Look at his colors. Damn. Can't.
You can catch them, breed them, and sell the offspring. You cannot catch and sell them. Snakes, you have to like a it's a $50 license annually, and you can catch and sell what you like, breed and sell what you like within the laws. You know, anything endangered.
That guy is huge.
You know, the obvious. Right. Venomous, you know, that's a separate permit. But
so I wasn't sure. I'm still looking into it because I'm going to be breeding ball pythons this year the first time. But I'm in Florida, so I wasn't sure it worked. And somebody told me I got a breeder's permit or something to be able to do.
No, there's no breeder's permit. The only thing is a commercials permit. So that's legal as well.
I talked to a guy here in Jacksonville who owns a shop, and he said that he knew a guy once that had. Literally, he went to, what was it, like a leopard gecko. He went to sell or trade a leopard gecko with somebody else, and it was a sting, and the FWC caught him, and they put him in jail for like 2 years for selling a leopard gecko.
You should maybe sell them without a light. Sometimes you get in those situations where...
And what do you do, like once a week still, or what? You do once a week, or what?
A couple times a week, just to make sure that everybody's eating. You know, they are, you know, pastorial, so they will burrow and stay in, so a lot of times.
How big do we get?
I like that rough texture. Damn. I probably should show y'all names, huh? Like those. Knotless.
Is that how you pronounce that? Knotless? Condon critters? Thank you.
Focus. Soft shells. We're at blood pythons.
And they are
Noise on that thing.
Where they come from?
Malaysia. Malaysian blood python.
Everybody else will be selling frozen, raised on Missouri that way.
And then the Borneo short tail.
Have to walk around and look at those.
Instagram, the website's not done yet. It's almost there.
Okay.
I tried to get it done for the show, but I just couldn't pull it
What's
off.
all your links?
Coming Winks.
Say your links again? For Instagram and all that?
Kingdom Animalia Pets on Instagram, and kingdomanimaliapets.com is our website.
Thank you.
And the phone number is
There you guys go.
530 Bloods. 4 Bloods. 530-4 Bloods. Numbers on the card.
Thank you for the info. That is really pretty.
Right here, and then you don't have to worry about it getting too big and getting out of
Yeah, everybody's baby tamed.
Don't need 3 people.
They're not the blood pythons of yesterday.
I mean, I just don't like to be around when you do hold it, but
Biting in the face. Not by that.
It really, that's not that bad.
This is Mom.
Well, that's what I told her.
All these babies here.
I'll end up jumping.
She's a great snake.
Yeah.
everybody's kind of cool.
All the babies are sweethearts. You can't get any of them to snap at
And they don't bite on you and grab a hold of
you.
you.
Same with the adults.
That's what she said. If it's a feeding bite.
Like a lot of kids or something.
Oh wow, she is thick.
Another reason you don't feed live.
Oh my gosh. Hi, Joshua. Hey, Mama. Yeah, she is. Wow.
Great snake.
And I've just got little sand boas, East African sand boas. Like, I've had them since the original
Guardians of the Gecko.
Well, the Leachianas are the hardest to breed.
To breed, yeah. I was
Because like your
wondering.
crested geckos, gargoyles, you can put two geckos together, male, female, and they're going to breed. The Leachianas have to have a specific mate.
Really?
You have to make sure when you put them together, you got to make sure they get along or they can kill each other.
Oh, yeah.
But once they pair up, they stay together.
Yeah, I made the mistake. Of course, that was when I first got into reptiles, but I started breeding leopard geckos, and I did good after a while, but I put 2 males in with 1 female. Oh my gosh, that's Cuban handles. I'm seeing a lot of those now.
Yeah.
It looks like they have like a little crest on their back, you know?
Yeah,
Doesn't look like the green.
That's why our green anoles vanished years ago.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, they were everywhere.
Yeah, I rarely see a green anole anymore.
And that's exactly why I started with the barking tree frogs. Like, but now I got people asking me, "Hey, you gonna sell those?" I'm like, maybe, but there's really proper. These are our exotic jungle. Sorry, putting the card in my pocket. I was distracted. I like the jet blacks. I gotta say, I'm not a big fan of bloods. Those are beautiful. Baby jumbo. See that? Nope. Better like that.
I haven't seen Jim in so long.
Yeah, but I can tell that she was a mix like that. Very easy. Tucked up in there. Yeah, you got
You know, I didn't get him one time because the guy was talking about maybe that's what the picture.
Look almost like mine. Not quite.
What's in it?
There he is. In the back.
Why can't I have $4,000? I mean, $4,000 that I can just crank away on it. Python.
Oh my god, they've got several of them.
Oh man,
Oh, wow.
Jungle carpet. Wow, they got a really large jungle carpet.
He is awesome.
Picture of him. This is awesome. His face looks like he is spiky. Oh, maybe that's
You're right. You're right.
Okay. He is spiky.
Fire horse exotics. So a second ago I had you guys on time lapse, and hopefully I catch that later. If I don't, then I'll delete it. I'm sorry. He is pretty. I'm choking on my nicotine. People around me are gonna think I'm sick or some bullshit. You can't do that in public anymore. This, now that scaleless het albino, that is just interesting. Scaleless.
Yeah, but sometimes since the sun's low, or if you get these ones, you might
rat
also
snakes.
spikes from that.
Or pythons. It's a rat snake, isn't it? What? I don't think I've ever seen scaleless before. I don't think I've ever seen that.
But the Halloween.
Here's your sit down and get.
Well, yeah, I prefer the Halloweens the most.
I do handle them when I clean them up.
They're so cool.
They do get handled once a week. That's not a ball fight. I'm not afraid of it. You know, by the lead, the age is right. It does not. Just 5, almost 6 years. Yeah, that's fine. That's not. You're not right. That's not a Russian age.
No, that guy. King size.
Then get it.
Max Super Snail.
What's that?
What's the company?
Incredible Pets.
Incredible Pets.
Those are blue-tongue snakes. That's pretty good ice. You saw that around there. You can smell the glimmer, man. Who knew?
Fuck, the wireless is that big.
Oh wow.
I got mine. So cheap. I could definitely get that. Well, I could.
You guys have any questions? You want to see anything up close? Just give a holler. I have some hiding back over here. I've got some normals and some stripes. A couple of really pretty normals. They're both males, and I didn't sense the stripes yet. Still not check them out if you want. He is feeding on high.
I like these guys.
Let's try to meet somewhere.
Looks like orange. That's beautiful.
So it's time to go. Are these wild? Which ones? Yeah. The waters are captives. Okay. Ribbons and the This is this girl here.
It looks like the spiders at home.
Here, that's a better one.
So first of all, none of the tortoises are the smallest tortoises. So we are literally making salads every single day. And they have to have a variety. A lot of people don't think about this. So like when I'm feeding my tortoises, I alternate. 1 week I do collard greens, then I'll do like shredded zucchini or shredded yellow squash. And then next day I'll do say mustard.
At that.
Shredded
wish you could see that
So these
a
guys,
little better.
frozen bloodworms, which you can get at Crested Pet Shop. You can do any of the softer things. Just keep their water well conditioned, which just means
I didn't pay off my loan today.
like fish.
Actually, if it wasn't taken completely and finished,
Chlorinated water. They're super easy.
I'd be getting
I
hundreds.
love this guy. First of all,
This is what we're gonna go
But we can
get
still look at it.
Orient, Colorado. My brother will show us the spots.
oh my god, I love
So
him.
this is called a red-eyed cropsey because look at his back.
Oh,
Like a crocodile.
an alligator.
Isn't he cute?
Where can you find me?
Right here. Hi. I'm not gonna put him in your hand because these guys are tricky. They'll sit there perfectly still, and then as soon as they think you're not paying attention, zip.
Run away?
Yep. And they can move pretty quick when they want to. They can pretend they can't. So they
All right, so now my linear, widescreen, whatever changed. So we'll see how that plays out.
We're at George E. How do you pronounce that? Is that just lettering or do you pronounce that?
Yeah, MD.
MD Reptiles. George MD Reptiles.
Those right there are pretty. Right off the bat. It's really pretty. George MD Reptile.
Perfect.
Right on.
I'll give you my card, wristband, you got your. You're very, very welcome. Enjoy so much.
I'm working on a paludarium. So
You have to follow me on Instagram so I can follow you back, please.
I don't do Instagram, I do Pinterest.
Okay, perfect. I'll follow you on there.
So
Instagram I can do. That's just Maddie Exotics. Yeah, please, please.
I have Instagram.
But there's
Thank you.
You're very welcome. Sorry.
you're fine. Venmo name.
Venmo name. That's my first and last name.
I didn't know.
it was a puzzle we had to figure out.
Oh no! It's a
I tried
mystery.
Grandpa. I told him to
Daddy,
Finish these up.
Alright, just a 225
Just a 225 straight. I won't ask any more.
Now we're going over to Grandpa's balls.
Let's do one of these.
Like a little GoPro or something.
Yes, sir.
I'm old. I don't know all these things.
It's all right. This is the cheapest way to get it done.
Yep.
For some of us, the only way. Good looking snakes.
Thank you.
These are all yours as well?
Nope, those are hers.
Those are yours.
Jordan's.
Same company though. No?
No, HJ Reptiles.
Oh, you're HDM?
HJ Reptiles.
Gotcha. I like that.
And you're who? What's your company?
Huh?
What's your company?
I'm actually it's just
starting?
more of a hobby still, but
Gotcha. Nope.
head step addiction.
Completely understand. I'm the same way.
Yeah. It gets out of hand quickly.
Yeah. I'm just dealing. What's the company?
Serpentary Exotics.
Serpentary Exotics.
Alright, so 400 with
Looks like
tax.
ours. Brighter.
$28, so 428. I always show everybody first before I. And then do you prefer it for your email or do you prefer your text?
Oh, I like his deep colors.
I appreciate it. So that
Got some young ones over
glad you
here.
had the eye to see what I saw.
It's gorgeous.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, that's a normal scale, like the Australian natural lizards. That's their
Patty cake dragons. Rich, that deep that color is. Yes, ma'am.
That's nice.
And what's the difference in
They got the new one out that's like twice as good as this one. Yeah.
GoPro 6 or something? What's the difference in the pricing in this? The ones that have
And that
little
was
white
Patty
dots
Cake
on
Dragons.
the knee.
You guys have a good afternoon.
Plants. Plants, plants, plants. This is what I'm getting slowly into.
Little pictures.
Those look good. Hanging pictures and all. Those look really good.
Just keep them over the table. That way, if he decides to jump out of the box, he's on the table.
I think we could get female from there and then
What's the company?
South Florida Reptiles.
South Florida Reptiles. We're at South Florida Reptiles still. Crested Geckos.
Don't give me a hold. Give them limited room to go. Now he's got to make big decisions instead of little easy decisions. Like a cream and a pink.
My female last year.
At the top where the jumping spider hangs out, but it's enough so it won't linger and condensate on the inside.
The Exoterra tank that I have has a screen top.
Right.
That always worried me that there wouldn't be enough humidity because it can't keep the humidity in.
It just sucks it right out.
goes
It just
right.
evaporates.
So that's why I was misting so much, and I have all that clay crap and
You
soil.
put a heat pad underneath it and it'll...
Beasley's Exotics.
Beasley's Exotics. Thank you.
Just 160 for everything?
Yeah, oh yeah.
I mean, if you want to snatch it out and put it in your pocket, that's cool. I'll just resell it. Don't take them.
We're at theexotickingdom.com for a link. It looks like more insects. I skipped the other insects. They didn't have any idea about brain mites, but I skipped the other insects strictly because they're just so small. And you don't get to see much.
Yeah, it's pretty rare that I've actually had one. Because I used to get back in the day, like Hobby Lobby and stuff, like their cheap stuff. You could barely tap the tip of those with a drill bit. They just crack down the side.
Yeah, I got some wood tarantulas I bought from Hobby Lobby, and I was like, I had to use
Ooh,
my
look at that.
Oh yeah, now these do really well, and I just use a normal drill bit for these. So.
I have two that really need the size that I need.
Gotcha. Not a problem. Hey, bud, how we doing?
Doing.
Because they just see food, so they'll pick food.
Right, yeah.
So usually you can get them switched up really well.
So evidently it's true. I can't come to Repticon without purchasing. I got an axolotl, but I did not get the albino this time. I got the wild type. I think it'll look better in the 150. I did like these. I did like these. but not this time. I'm not ready for those yet. I'm set up for the other. And you guys were incredible pets, right?
Yes.
Incredible pets.
You can like get some film of the little banner down at the end of the table.
Oh. Incredible pets. Alright, so we're leaving Repticon 2021. Bought an axolotl. And we'll see how it does in the 150 tank. And if it does well, we'll buy more and let them do their thing. We'll see. So, we are heading out. Last looks at everything. Last look to enjoy everything. Oh, did we even look at these? I think we did, but we did not look at the monitors for some reason. There's the 150. Couple of things in here. Peacock Eel. Yes, we have mixed species. Creek Chub. There's a couple more in that corner. There's 4 total. Bucko. Quite a bit of life in here right now. We've got the other plecos in here. Like, he might go to the pond, or we might just sell them to somebody. Not sure yet, but we have 3 others in here. But really what we came out here for, let's see what I've got going on. My mangroves. These were in my 55-gallon. I'm having issues because they keep getting bombed. I don't have them secured yet, so they're having issues right now, and I need to adjust that. Everything else is doing well. My little moss up here growing, and other little plants that we're trying to get growing. Some water plants. Everything has been had gotten algicide before being potted. The 2 plants right here, the tops were eaten off of those by the apple snail that we had in here. He has been moved to the aquarium that's back there. Anyway, reason we're here is because of what's right back behind there. You can barely see it from there to there. Give me a second, we'll grab a flashlight and come right back. It doesn't help much. I'm gonna have to get something to stir up the plants. But you can just barely see it sitting back there. So what we wanted is it to blend in, be more natural. We didn't know if it would survive this tank, and by the end of next summer we'll know. This winter should be very well on it. The plecos were gonna have some issues. The 4 creek chub should do extremely well. They're gonna love this cold weather, but coming into next year, because of how well they'll do in this winter, next year they should acclimate much better to our temperatures. And those are some there's some wild caught ones I got on one of my other trips. Yeah, it's just a minnow. So I forget the name, scientific name. The wood is a piece of wood I had sanded. It's too smooth for the monitor Ziggy to climb. So I keep a rock in his water so his back legs get filed down. Front legs are still pretty sharp, but they wouldn't go into this. I've sanded this pretty smooth. Not as smooth as it could have been, but regardless, it works really well in here, and you can see the colors. really starting to show, which I think is really cool. Yeah, you can't really see them from here either. Let's move these plants a little. Alright, you can see I moved the plants just enough. So, there's some bad things going on. Okay. Thing one, they eat rocks. We have witnessed this already. The day I put it in there, substrate was something I didn't research on these. I did research temperatures, what possibilities they're in from Mexico as their origination. I didn't look up if the lake was spring fed, that lake that is almost dried up, I guess. And I didn't look up the floor of it, or nor did I actually look at pictures. Diet-wise, we've got foods, we've got the black worms, stuff like that. And substrate, let's get to that here in a second. Alright, so we're talking about substrate. Axolotls back there. The substrate is recommended to be a bare floor or sand. Like I said, we have watched this little guy eat the rocks, and he spit them back out. The pebbles we are using partially look just like the bio ball things that we use for rooting. They've spilled all over because I'm using them in pots over here. And if I can hold these little things, as you see, they look very similar to what we're feeding to the axolotl. We've also using the these things generally sink pretty quick. We haven't had any issues with Peacock Eel. We've seen Peacock Eel and the axolotl next to each other. Here are the little blackworms that we've been using. They're like pellets. I'm about to drop these too. One-handed trying to do this. Alright, so little chubs hiding out. They'll come up and eat too, generally. We're gonna overdo it. Doubt anything's even gonna eat right now, but the chub will, usually. They like the flakes more than anything. But they've eaten fairly well for us. Peacock Eel, I haven't physically seen him eat, but I have seen him swim up, and he was definitely going after the pellets. Maybe he ate them, but I didn't actually physically see. I can't say I saw him ingest one. But he swam up to the top corner when they accumulate up in here, and he swam up. This was our apple snail, our biggest, that was in with the frogs for a while. Before I started eating all the plants. Gave us some eggs. They're probably all sterile because we didn't have another one with it. But you see how small they are? That's the crazy thing, how small these things are. Here, we'll drop them in the water. They've been in here for a couple weeks. The size is more like a native apple snail versus the larger of the eggs of the invasive. The other ones are also more of a pinkish, where those are been really pale even when they were laid. So I don't know. Just observation. This tank right here. I'm not gonna show you too much. You can see right there. Smash my finger. That's not nail polish. There are a couple Barking tree frog's still in here. You see one up in the top corner there. Still got a few, and they've been in here for a while. We've actually been pulling a few of these for the aquarium on the inside, and trying to make the anticipation for the frogs a little better. I've actually got crickets eating. Frogs. You see how much I need to clean this out again all the time. There's more water because, like I said, I put some more. There's like 2 tadpoles in there right now. But you see the frogs. They're getting fat. We've got laying crickets for them right now on some dragon gel. It's their second load actually of food. So, hope you guys enjoy. Like I said, the axolotl, this is more of a risky test. Can't even see him. He hides so well. This was like a risky test. We weren't sure if he would get eaten, if he would survive. Wow. So I'm assuming he's just back in this stuff. That's where he likes to hide. We haven't really given them a spot they can hide up in that. They could, but he hasn't really gone there. Here's one of the new small ones. A small peacock. You see the algae growing. That algae should be a beneficial type, and hopefully not the bad stuff. But I need to wipe it either way. Geckos like to eat it. And we've also got some black algae of some sort growing on the rocks that I'm anxious to see. Anyway, for now, we've had the axolotl in here for about 2 weeks now. Yeah, I've been slow on videos. Things have been busy, a lot going on. The aquarium here. I put the pipes in, hooked everything underneath, or I didn't hook everything underneath, I just screwed the tubing together. I got to hook all that up, and then we're gonna have another tank set up. Winter's coming. Temperatures tonight, like right now, it's 68. We're looking at 68 tonight. So, or 65-ish. So my tank is getting colder. Temperatures are getting colder. I'm gonna have to keep an eye on plants. I haven't been covering, I didn't cover last year and I lost a lot of plants. Aquarium wise, hopefully we're not going to have to put a heater on this, but pleco wise, we might have to. I predict they are not going to survive when we actually do have the 2 or 3 nights at 20 degrees. And with axolotl in there, we're not planning to really elevate the temperature too much for him. The other factor is that peacock eel. What temperatures is that going to be able to survive coming up? So we'll see. I think I hadn't moved yet. Makes it look like it's half dead as is. So I keep my shit all nice and hung up. Most of it out here isn't organized. There's a few things going on that I don't like. I got all my rocks laid out. Just a lot of things and mowers here right now. Like, it's just totally unorganized. But I'm doing this for you guys. Actually, I saw him move a fin there, but he's just not moving. He probably already hating the cold. Yeah, you saw him move there. I won't even touch him. Just get near him. All right. Well, hopefully you guys enjoyed the Repticon. Get to see a little bit of progress. Like I said, it's a risk putting them in here, but it's a lot nicer to pay 30 bucks. Yeah, technically 40 after you go to Repticon for a axolotl as opposed to 80 bucks that you see in pet stores. But either way, we got one. I'll give you guys some updates on how it survives with the rocks Like I said, we have seen it eat it. It spit the rock back out. It was very abrupt, more like a cough. Whole body shake to spit the thing up, but it wasn't actually abnormal in any way. Pretty much what I'd expect. But it gnawed on the little pebble to determine it wasn't food before it spit it out. Anyway, you guys stay safe. I will have more videos coming up. Do's, don'ts of life that we trial and error, because some of us see other ways. Some of this, you know, it has, whatever. You guys have a wonderful evening. Enjoy the video, and we'll see you on the next one.